Oh hi! Sonic Adventure. I'm sure you've heard of it. I mean, I have spoken about it a few times, and I have been actively avoiding Knuckles' story for like 2 years. Anyway. It's been so long since I last spoke about Sonic's Adventure that I've decided I might as well go over all of it again. Sonic's story, Tails' story, Knuckles' story. Because the sooner I talk about Knuckles' story, the sooner I never have to talk about it again. I like that idea.
I've always liked the idea of chaos. I grew up with the game, sure, but I don't know if that clouds my judgment. But I do like the idea of just a creature that transforms with the power of the Chaos Emeralds. And Chaos matched up with Robotnik makes one of the best threats in a Sonic game ever. You spend the entire game trying to figure out what Chaos is, and every time you think you're finally ahead of Robotnik, he instantly either tricks you or just swipes the emeralds from you. Sonic Adventure Robotnik's probably him at his best, but Sonic Adventure 2 might just take the cake for the best Robotnik story, but that's a story for another day.
The Battle of Chaos goes down pretty easily. I mean, obviously it is only a tutorial for the homing attack and camera movements, but it's still a fun battle for returning players. Anyway, after this we just see Sonic lounging around at some hotel, just like, and then we hear a plane. At first he thinks, what the hell? Why is there a plane? And then he sees Tails, and it's like, ah! As Tails crashes onto the floor, so that means we have to go and save him, and that involves going on to Emerald Coast.
Emerald Coast is a personal favourite of mine throughout the entire series, to be honest. As before I got into the game, all I could play was this level, as that's all that was included on the demo for the 360. So I can flawlessly get through this level with my eyes closed. Of course, my doctor has forbade me from doing that ever since I tried to do that last time.
Wow, this is such an easy level to do with my eyes closed. Oh no, I think I'm having a heart attack. I don't think it's because I have my eyes closed, but no, it's definitely a heart attack. Yep. This wasn't because I had my eyes closed. I really hope my doctor lets me do this again. Emerald Hill is a pretty good first level. I mean, the beach setting and the music really do give out a chilled out vibe. And that's what you really want from any game, really. You don't want your player running from the hills because they sat down to play Sonic and everything's on fire and it's not even a Sonic game.
Eventually you save Tails, and he and Sonic start to drone on about Chaos Emeralds and such. That's another thing I should mention. There's a story! Okay, to be fair, past Sonic games had stories, but did they though?
Sonic 1's story is Robotnik Bad. Sonic 2's story is Robotnik Bad 2. Sonic 3's story is Robotnik Bad 3. And Knuckles. But Sonic Adventure's story actually has dialogue and cutscenes. Sure, the voice acting's not the best. I mean, here's some examples.
That's Eggman! I wonder what happened to Sonic.
Watch out! You're gonna crash! Ah!
So sure, the dialogue might not be the best. But I mean, this game actually does have a story for once. With 6 different stories coinciding into one big story. That's pretty cool, especially for the 90s. And I can see why so many fans want it to return. I do. Because nostalgia, sure, but it's fun. Most of the time. Sure, some stories are brilliant, like Sonic's, and other stories are fishing, but hey, just try and enjoy it. If you don't, so what? You're not the one who's gonna have to play Knuckles' story!
Egg Hornet's the second boss of Sonic's story. Yeah, I beat it Machine Guy. Then you do Rindy Valley. It's an okay stage. Dare I say a bit forgettable? The tornado section isn't forgettable, because that's pretty cool. The stage after's Casinopolis, it's meh. It's fun, but it takes like 5 years to complete, and it completely ruins the tone that Sonic's story was going through prior to that stage. And then there's Ice Cap.
No, I hate Ice Cap! As I said nearly 2 years ago, it's boring, it's snow, there's ice, and I hate it. That damn snowboarding section! I spent half the time trying to make Sonic go forwards. I hate Ice Cap just as much as I hate The Sims 2 Apartment Pets. Okay, that's not fair. The Sims 2 Apartment Pets isn't that bad. It's worse.
Anyway, leaving Ice Cap. You meet Knuckles, blah blah, you fight, blah blah, Chaos gets most emeralds, leading to Chaos 4. The worst fight in the game. You have to stand on leaves to hit Chaos, but only when he lifts his head up out of the water. By the way, the water doesn't feel like water, it feels like you're running on syrup. And it wouldn't be an issue if you didn't have to do this boss 3 times! Sonic, Tails and Knuckles all fight Chaos 4, and it's agonizingly dull. Anyway, Sky Chase is after this, and you must chase Robotnik in his egg carrier. Sonic and Tails are shot down by Eggman, so they split up. After that, you do Twinkle Part. It's fine, I guess. Amy makes her debut just before this stage. The Red Mountain. Said it before, not really a big fan, but hey, the music sounds like something you'd actually hear in a montage of climbing a mountain. Sky Chase Act 2 is just like Sky Chase Act 1, but now at night.
You land onto the egg carrier, so then you have to go through the sky deck. Well, okay, so the first part isn't that bad. It's just boring, and the controls aren't the best, but I mean, it's a Sonic game, controls are never the best. So then you have to go fight Chaos 6. I enjoy this fight, it's quite fun, yeah. Would I do it 3 times? No. Do I have to? Yes. Anyway, after you beat Chaos 6 as Sonic, Eggman just flies off the egg carrier and Sonic just jumps off after him, landing into the jungle of the Mystic Ruins, going to Lost World. I don't like Lost World, it's boring. Like, so there's the water bit with the snake, which always stands out to me. It really makes the camera do really weird things. There's that boring, awful light section, which I could actually burn. Then there's the walking on walls bit. I've said it before, I hate it. Then you go and do Egg Viper. I said it 2 years ago that I had trouble with it. What I meant was when I first played it. It's easy now, I can do it with my eyes closed, but again my doctor said I'm not allowed. So, Sonic's story is the better one out of them all, really. I mean, it's Sonic, and it's Sonic Adventure. It's not Big Cat Adventure, because that game would not have sold. Anyway, how will Tails' story compare to the brilliant Sonic story? It's the same.
Okay, that's not fair. But most of the story is just Sonic's story. But shit. The stage number is cut in half, as is the stage length. You race against Sonic or Robotnik in these stages, but you can just leave Sonic or Eggman far behind, as you can just fly into the stage in one go. The only thing that's really worth mentioning from Tails' story is this quote.
"You fool. Away, before I make mincemeat out of you."
Which is the best Eggman line ever. And then there's the Egg Walker, which, I mean, yeah, it's a cool boss, but all I think about when I think about the Egg Walker is this. Yeah, I basically skipped through Tails' story. It's not really got much plot relevance, and now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Joe talks about Knuckles' story!
Do I have to? Fine. So, Knuckles' story starts off on Angel Island, which is a pretty nice callback to Sonic 3. I'm glad they just didn't ditch either Angel Island or the Master Emerald. And Chaos is also there. He breaks out of the Master Emerald, that's where he's been for like, I don't know, about 1,000 years. So that means that Knuckles' story comes first before anyone else's so far. Nice. So now the Master Emerald's broken into many, many pieces and Knuckles has to find them all. And how does he do that? He uses a radar. And I hate it! I'm gonna just drink away my sorrows.
That doesn't seem safe.
No, let him. Let Joe drink himself to death.
Anyway, this is why I've been skipping talking about Knuckles' story for 2 years. Okay. I can't. Normally I just talk about I talk about stuff like stupid levels, but I can't even do that this time. They're so similar, they're just different places. It just feels like you're stuck in a box looking for stupid faces on the left of the world. I can't handle it. So I'm just going to talk about 3 levels that I hated the most. No, I've got that wrong. I'm not talking about 3, because there's 5, so I'll just list them. See, I can't even get things right because this level, this story just upsets me so much. No. So let's compare these other stories to Knuckles'. Sonic's story was all about speed. Tails' story, sure, it was like Sonic's story, but at least it was like Sonic's story. And Knuckles is basically just boxed into a small area of a stage and told, look for that, look for that, look for that! And I hate it. I actually hate it. You're just in a box, you're just looking for the great pieces of the Master Emerald, and I can't stand it. Normally I like to talk about the levels and what I liked about them. No, I'm just gonna list them in order of least hated to most hated. First, there's Casinopolis. It's fine, it took me the least. Speed Highway. It's the first level, so it's not that bad, but it's still bad. Then there's Red Mountain. I didn't like it to begin with in Sonic's story, why would I like it here? Same for Lost World. I hate Lost World. Oh, and then the Sky Deck. That stupid stealing the ship gimmick can go suck a pike. I can't stand it. And it took me 15 minutes more than what I should have been in Knuckles' story, because I hate Knuckles' story. I hate it with all of my heart. That's how much I hate it. As for the bosses, Chaos 2. It's okay, like an advanced Chaos 0. Then there's Chaos 6. I enjoy Chaos 6. It's alright. Yeah. And then there's Chaos 4. Again, for the 3rd time. And it's the same goddamn fight. It's awful. And I wanna actually. Why? This isn't my favourite game. I hate Sonic Adventure. I'm never playing Sonic Adventure again. I hate Sonic Adventure. Knuckles' story can go suck a pike.
No? Oh god.
I slipped some cyanide into the wine while he was bitching about Skydeck.
Joe will return soon to finish Sonic Adventure and hopefully move on with his life.